I want to be work optional by 35. And I know that that's a really lofty goal. This was something that I found out was possible when I was 19, 20, and it changed my life. I remember hearing about this concept of investing and it not really making sense to me because it was such a foreign word. And at the time, there wasn't podcasts and creators and social media like there is now to learn. I felt so alone. I went on the biggest rampage ever on Reddit. Happened, if you haven't listened to the podcast that I did on the topic on Cheese and Money, I would recommend because I talk about this there. So if you've watched that, you probably already know this, but I was working in mining at the time as a receptionist and I was so young, and the world was my oyster. And you know, at that age, you're like, oh, I will save up a house deposit and I will buy my first home because that is like that's the Australian dream and that's what I thought should be the best path for me. And I was really excited that I finally had my house deposit, and I was talking about it at work with like some of the people I was friends with. And one of the guys said to me, oh, you're so young, you don't need a house right now, you should invest that in index funds. And I remember thinking, what the fuck is an index fund? But I was so like nervous and not sure of myself that I didn't ask. I should have asked, and I'm sure he would have taught me so much, but I had no idea what an index fund was. That I went home and I Googled it, and so many Reddit forums came up, and every time I was reading it, it like felt like a foreign language. I had no idea what any of it meant, and I didn't for so long. So I ended up reading every book that I could, even though some of them definitely taught me the wrong things. I read everything available. All of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Investing for Dummies. I read them all, and I wasn't going to take any advice. I literally just wanted to read them so that like I had somewhere to start. Like I had no plan and I needed like some plan. After reading those books, I had like some plan of like what I needed to do. And I went to Reddit and I was searching up and things. Some subreddits that really helped me were financial independence, what are you doing? Personal finance, financial independence, 5Ms, Coast 5, Barista Fire, all of those, Oz Finance. I was reading them all and I was like, okay, what is this concept that average people earning normal incomes are increasing their savings rate and investing the rest? So they're lowering their fixed expenses and investing all of the money they can. And I thought, why can't I do that? If these people can do it, why can't I? So I kept reading up and I thought, well, my fixed expenses aren't that much. I have money to invest, I should invest it. But it's really scary, and I was really scared to make that first investment because it feels like you're gonna lose all of your money, and I totally get that. But I did it, and from then on I was saving up all the dollars I had to invest and just increase my savings rate. I didn't jump in the deep end and then invest all of my money then. Like I really was. It took a long time for me to become confident. So in 2018, 2019, I started investing. I wouldn't say that I was like confident in investing most of my income until like 2021, and we're in 2026 now. So it was like 3 years-ish of trying to feel comfortable in my decision making, because you can't really get advice on the internet. Obviously, people shouldn't be giving you financial advice, and if they are, you probably shouldn't trust it. So it's like trying to figure out what shares worked for me was really, 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 really difficult. Yeah, so single at the time, so I thought, well, I don't need to spend money on myself. I can just invest it all, and then I can retire. And that's kind of why I thought this would be perfect for me. And I'm happy I made that decision because I have a pretty decent investment portfolio for my age, and I am on track to retire by 35. But I don't necessarily want to retire at 35, but we will get to that. So my original goal age was to be retiring at 40/45 because I thought that would be like optimal, but now we are doing better because I increased the amount I was investing, but I only was able to do that because I got a second income. So if you don't have two incomes, it might be a lot harder because you don't have extra cash. So how much am I investing every week? The answer is $700, which is a lot. Last year it was $650 a week, but this year I bumped up the goal. So I wanted to invest $30,000 last year in total, and I invested $38,000. So my goal this year is to invest $40,000, and I'm hoping to smash that and get over. I'm investing every single week into my portfolio. So I dollar cost average. So actually it makes most sense for me to buy things, like buy shares every 2 weeks, but I transfer into my investing portfolio every week, and then I buy shares every 2 weeks. And yeah, so I'm just doing anything I can to increase the amount that I'm investing, and that is by lowering my fixed expenses, increasing my savings rate, and finding any way. Like, I don't want to do risky investments. My entire portfolio is pretty much, like, I would say 95% of it is all ETFs, and the direct shares I have are so few and far between. I don't like really consider them part of my portfolio. It's like a little bit of just a fun hobby for me. So yeah, I'm keeping my whole portfolio pretty much as ETFs. I have an episode that I did on She's on the Money that is like my investing diary, where I go through my full portfolio, and nothing's really changed from that. So my savings rate at the moment is 70%, and that is ridiculous, okay? I'm totally aware that that is a ridiculous number, but that is because I do have 2 incomes, so that's not normal. I know that that is not normal. My original goal was to get it to 30%, and then I got from 30% to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and I have just worked my little butt off to lower my fixed expenses so that my savings rate could be really, really high. I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of that. And would I retire when I reach like my goal amount? And probably not. I really enjoy working, which is probably silly, but I find a lot of like self-gratification of working and contributing to society. But I would love to have like flexibility that if I decided I didn't want to and I wanted to do a sabbatical, I could. I love the concept of barista fire. If you don't know what barista fire is, it's like when you get to like halfway to your fire number that you can get a part-time job and you can still basically have your full-time income, because half of your income is made up from your investing portfolio. And I love that concept, and I definitely would do something like that, I'm sure. My goal at the moment is just to give myself that option, like give myself the best chance that I could retire at 35, so that if it gets to 35 and I don't want to do that, that's great, but I have that opportunity. And that's kind of why I'm doing that. Yeah, if you don't really know about FIRE, there's definitely better ways to learn than from me, because I'm just someone that learnt. But I did a whole episode on She's on the Money that I'll link below as well about my FIRE journey. Victoria asked me a lot better questions than I can ask myself, so I don't know what we discussed. But yes, if you have any questions, leave them below, send me a message, send me a DM, I will try to get back to you. But I just thought I would give you a little bit of an update on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it this way.